Hi, I'll be talking about pollinator attractiveness increasing with distance from flowering orchids. Orchids are a huge family of flowering plants which have complex and incredibly specific pollination strategies. These strategies include sexual mimicry of both chemical and physiological features and gustatory rewards, both real and imaginary. The paper I have chosen examines the impact of orchid sexual mimicry on the wasp, Neoxylobra cryptoides. The orchid in question, Chiloglottis trapeziformis, uses both physiological mimicry, the shape of the flower resembles that of the female wasp, as well as chemical duplicity, in the form of an allemone, which directly duplicates the female's sex pheromone. Experiments carried out by Bob Wong, Salzmann, and Florian P Schiestl identify a dissonance effect in female fertilization in areas with high numbers of the orchids. The effect results in changed behavioral patterns on the part of the female wasps who emerge in these areas. They literally walk out of the area to find areas with fewer orchids. The experimental design was simple. An area of forested land adjacent to Canberra was selected as the trial site, with trials occurring between September and October. As no orchids were found naturalised to the area, flowering orchids were introduced as a rate of 4 per colony, with new flowers being added every 2 minutes. The wasp subjects were found in abundance. To simulate female wasps, a black bead was used and was impregnated with sexual pheromones at a rate consistent with that found on live female wasps. Flower groups were left in situ for 2 hours before commencement of testing with dummy females, and tests were carried out at 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8 meters from the colony. Visitation by male wasps to the orchid colonies dropped as a product of both number of flowers added and time. It has been suggested that this is due to the lack of reward given by the flower and the habituation on the part of the male wasp. The attractiveness of the pheromone-impregnated bead rose as a product of distance from the centre of the colony, with highest rates of attempted copulation found at the 8-metre mark, at which point attempted copulation reached the same level as with freshly placed orchids. Significantly, there was no increase with male visitation when the impregnated bead was within the orchid colony. This adds credence to the notion that the allemone produced by the orchid is indistinguishable from the pheromone produced by the wasp. This work has given a better understanding of how the animal-plant interactions, and more work can be done in the area.